Welcome everybody, which is a follow-up of a previous experiment with Don Singleton, where we have follow the change in her blood when you were sending healing intention. And thank you to Dr. Tara Denise that was there to assist us for taking the blood. And now it's very exciting. So we have the result of this experiment. I have to remind you that previously we done the same thing with the GDV that was looking at this at her chakra, her energy, and we saw striking a result where we saw a realignment of the chakra, an increase of her energy. Please, you can see this in previous QA live. And also, this whole experiment started, years ago, 1 year at the graduation, where we set up a healing chamber with aligned with the project Noosphere Heal Yourself, Heal the World. And then we had this very surprising result. And this is what has inspired us to do this follow up with other experiments. So we noticed that the energy in the room with the apparatus of Dr. Karakov, the Sputnik, saw an increase of energy that was almost comparable to the energy that is in the pyramid Giza. And of course, this is non-viral energetic that support healing. And at the same time, participant to this event were noticed an incredible experience that was also very surprising. We are repeating now this experiment at the next graduation live, in a better room even. And we expect a lot of you coming there experiences the shift in energy and that we have noticed with the GDV and also with the microscope. And the blood microscopy of Dan Singleton at the last experiment. So this is very exciting. And thank you all of you to participate to this live experiment, I will say, that demonstrates the principle of quantum physics that apply to healing now that we're talking about a decade, but we know something that is, visible, tangible. And not only that, we realize that people participate at the experiment with Dan Singleton, with the GDV, receive as much energy effect than that was receiving this energy. So in other words, it's a collective experiment. Heal yourself. Heal yourself is also a possibility to heal the world. You create more environment for yourself. This is expressed in your close environment, your family, and all the world. And we can now assess this with this uh, instrument that can demonstrate that. Some people say seeing is believing, and others say believing is seeing. So let's go for it. No, not wait to see the result. But I need to prep you, to be able to interpret the result of a blood microscopy. We need to understand, some concept, and I will review this. So you will hear about many things here. You will hear about, microscopy, blood tests, oxidology. You have to know that this information can be found on this platinum, uh, the Alumni Association, the platinum membership. And then if you look at this platinum membership, you have also available course like wellness at your fingertips, which is very important because you want to probably do the same experiment. And wellness at your fingertip, we will see, can demonstrate the dry blood. You have also access to all the coach. We will talk futurely. The possibility to set up your client on the healing chamber. You have also master training with Coach AI, homeopathy mini class, and plus access of all these AI coach that we have done for you. So you will understand it as it goes. but I don't want you to wonder where to find this information. And this website is also connect with another membership on the Noosphere Healing, where you have clients that also have access to AI coaching, healing chamber, and so on. But they may need help, these people. So in other words, we have the list of all these platinum member where they could have access so they can follow up, and go more further. So let me review some few things now that you understand what we're doing, talk about, and more, because now we're going to another level. What do we mean? We go from a layer of information, what we call the vital body, where this is where we were assessing with the GDV, the energy. This energy reflecting the chakra, realignment, level of energy, and so on. And now we go with the microscopy at the physical bodies. This is another layer of information. And understand consciousness healing, consciousness medicine, understand the biofield. You need to have a clear understanding of this, because if we observe event at the physical body, it's another layer. It's a little bit deeper. And I remind also you that multiple approach of a process downward. It's a downward process. It's not an upward like in classic, not classic, but linear medicine, where we try to attend, correct the biofield, correct the imbalance from the bottom. In other words, from the physical, and then we expect that something will happen at the bliss body. No, supramental, no. Mental, we need to understand the connection between mind and body. Vital is the realm of all your core energy, your biofield, and the physical, which is down. So, in other words, if we process sending healing intention to an individual, we will process downward some of an impulse. I call this a little bit like a fork that more people are sending healing intention, uh, higher will be the sound that go from consciousness, the bliss body, the supramental, and permeate all the body under. So keep this in mind. So because now we're observing again, the blood change could be more subtle, but we saw with the down actually very convincing change. And I worked with blood microscopy for years. It's all depend. It depends the environment. It depends the individual, how he's receptive. Depend also where this individual start, in this process of, from alarm, and on another chart where you could originally be in alarm, and as it goes, you're going a more chronic phase. So more difficult to reverse, regarding what you haven't been exposed in the past, your lifestyle, your how much you have to care of yourself, doing exercise, and so on. So, and this is what's happened now. Someone with a cancer can come, and now, has been a better lifestyle all his life. Easier to reverse the process. I'm not talking about down now, but you need to look at what we call the bioterrain. What do we have to reverse, and what this individual has been exposed in the past, and this is why we were looking at the individual from the supramental, the mental conflict, dichotomy that we may have to solve, the vital body and physical. So many times we expect we snap, you are in the chamber and miracle will happen. The healing chamber will support, for every individual from, again, top down, and providing this most of the time, this awareness, this impulse, this life force that everybody need to have to be able to initiate, support the healing. That will be also complement by the lifestyle, and this is what we will talk about. Just an experiment I had in the past, and I had a patient excuse me for the medical So that I saw him going through miracle, but never changed lifestyle, coming back to the nutrition he had before. In other words, he will have been healed from diabetes, one day in intensive care. That was incredible. But of course, at the end of the day, you don't change your lifestyle, your way of thinking, the change that has to happen in the whole body. So in the whole bliss, supramental, mental, mental, and physical. So this is important. This is a holistic approach, and this is where the coach come in and guide. And this is why we have set up AI coach that can help the coach to lay out the proper nutrition, the proper wellness program. And maybe you need some homeopathic support. We have also a coach for that. So it's a walk where you need to pay attention to everything. Okay, it doesn't it doesn't it all depend when you start. If you don't have the miracle, or you may have the miracle, but still you have some work to do. This is what I call democratization of medicine. We're not anymore now in this wave for the century. People will expect everything from the doctor. Now we are like in the participating with the coach, or we're providing some information also on the Noosphere for individual that they take them in charge instead to say, hey, let's wait, go to see the doctor every year, and they would come with a diagnosis. Most of the time they cannot do nothing except to prescribe medication. And then we saw the side effect of medical treatment. Yeah, iatrogenetic disease are the third cause of disease. Now, we have an approach where we say, hey, let's, day by day have the proper, attitude of thinking, proper nutrition, proper alignment that bring us to our full potential. So totally another approach. Okay, we need to, so many things to do. One course important that you have access in this platinum membership is wellness at your fingertip. The microscope we have used, for the experiment is high phase contrast because we want to show you the live blood. But you don't necessarily need that to do this. So we have a course with an equipment, a microscope you can find. We give you all the instruction for probably $60. You can look at the dry blood, and it provides a lot of information. You will see that, in that experiment, maybe the dry blood is as important than the live. You don't go to this, and I recommend the people be trained in the lab when they are doctor natural medicine, doctor integrative medicine. They have a bigger scope, understanding. There is another course called AQ 200 in our program. You can refer to it. It's very explicit of the understanding using a high phase contrast. But at this time, for coaches, this is not necessary. For $50, $60, you can have a dry blood. You can take a picture of it. You can use it to put the individual in the live blood. Because what in the noosphere, why is so important? Because the blood is a signature, your more accurate, energetic signature possible. So this is how important is the blood. And not to prick, you don't have to puncture people. You can use a little prick that they trigger themselves. Have access to tremendous information. We will show you in a few minutes now about this. But let's come back. Now, I'm talk previously about this, the physical, vital body, the energetic, how energy work. This is more information. But if we, after this, I'm looking at the blood, of course, I could not hold myself and uh, interview or ask, a little bit about her health to Dawn, because I was kind of surprised from what I saw. I have to say this, the blood, especially the live blood, and also when we look at the oxidology blood, I said, hey, something is happening here. You have to understand that Dawn live on Big Island, where in they have an eruption in 24 within, and this eruption, a dramatic eruption on from May 25th to now, and of course there was a peak. So you have to understand there is a phenomenon. You look at this picture, you see the volcano here, and you have what we call the fog. It's very even me and Ohio, I could be exposed to it when the wind go in that direction. But on the island itself, you have to understand their geography. There is a side where they are more exposed to this fog, and unfortunately, Dawn is living there. So meaning that she has been exposed until July, uh, uh, even through an intermittent episode to this vogue. Of course, people living there, they get adapt to it, it's kind of, and they have all side effect. But I will explain this to you. The most important is to understand that, this environment is loading her with this SO2, and this is acid, and it may create a constant, intermittent, or chronic exposure to this vogue. I don't have to share more. I can say the most symptom. Look at this vogue. This is thick, and she's living close to it. So, and this vogue contain, trace metal like vanadium, nickel, mercury, sulfur dioxide, a gas emit from they call it the kilauea, react in the atmosphere with oxygen, moisture, and sunlight. The word here to retain is acidic particle. You will see now down the road. I'm present you other picture. The bioterrain, very important. More acidic, you want to be as alkaline possible, and you understand this. Maybe you're already a practitioner. If you have someone that has a chronic disease, you want to go more to an alkaline diet. This is why they suggest a diet with grass and sprout and greens and juicing and so on. Why? Because you bring more your bioterrain to alkaline, and at the same time, the bioterrain heals by itself. You have to create an internal bioterrain that create harmony within. So, very important to interpret the result at the light of this information that is crucial. You have the constant and previous in the last year, this year was even more. And then you see here the litany of the symptom. I don't want name because we have a short time now. They are common, from respiratory to headache to skin irritation, eye, lung function. And the chronic one, I would say chronic respiratory, cardiovascular, inflammatory. In other words, you understand now today, inflammation is so important in the language of natural medicine. Why? Because people having other risk factor live in a chronic inflammatory space, and the inflammatory become more oxidation, eye damage. So this is where the blood is very, very interesting because oxidology is a science, I want to say decade now, probably a few decades, has been discovered. And oxidology, free radical are associated to aging, chronic disease, and this came from the cosmetic company that, of course, they try to have products that buffer this free radical in the blood. So but how can we track this? So yeah, we have this dried blood I'm talking about. If we lay out a little blood on a slide, and this is what done Dr. Tara Denise, and she is instructing this course, and as I said, in the wellness at your fingertip. Again, that can be done by yourself, if you are a coach, with an equipment that is not that expensive. You can find this even on Amazon, some microscope that can see this. You can take a picture of this blood. It's all explained in this course. Again, this course is also available, through the Alumni Association, through this membership. And what is amazing, and now I want you to look at this because when you lay out this drop, you know, if the way you have different layers, and where these layers show you where is the stress. And I like to you look at the chemical here on the screen, and you will see the chemical. You have the two top layers that will be able to read this. In other words, if you have more inactivity, oxidative acidity in the center, could be more the bowel, the prostate, the ovaries, and as you go up, you go in the thoracic zone, the heart. So you have different. So, but I don't. The class is not a class here. All this information will be provided again in this wellness course at your fingertip. So, and then this is what I'm talking about. I don't want to give you a course, we don't have the time, but there is, a top left. You can see, this blood. This is healthy. There is no white space. The fibrin net is very thick. But as soon as you have oxidative, then you have different patterns that appear. So I don't want to go all this, but they indicate. So in other words, it's like it's not a diagnosis. It's more like an evaluation of the quality of the bioterrains that is relating to the free radical activity. So Bradford has Dr. Bradford, with who I work, has recognized that the more you have oxidation in the blood, more you have free radical, the blood become more liquid. And hers, that's we never saw this before. The blood was literally sliding when we put it on the slide. So I was wondering. I said, "What is this?" And of course, she has a oxidation. So another pattern you will see on the right, uh, the on the left, the blood, the healthy blood, and then at the end, the other extreme, a lot of oxidation associated with a chronic disease, bowel, and so on. So I don't want to go through all this because just few things is important for you. This is a normal blood. Now we have different picture where you have they apply different or antioxidant or products to contain this oxidation. Number 4 is like where you want to be back. 1, 2, 3. I want to show you more. Okay, here on the left is very oxidative. Okay, this is more chronic disease, and then as we go toward the health. So, and then what is between? Between you will see they look like a little lake, beads of acid sialic in the middle. But when you start to heal, very interesting, the lake, this white space start to be filled, within. And then you will see when I look at her blood, this is happening. This is happening all along the session. After the session, we look that there is an initiation of a healing process. And I saw something completely the blood reverse. Okay. Again, all depend what is the challenge. Here we have a tremendous challenge here because she's smoking this SO2 now for months. And then, of course, the body has to kind of detox this. And she said, she was more fatigued than usually. But, when you are inside the environment, you get adapt to it, adaptation phase, and then you start with an alarm phase. Maybe you have irritation of the eyes and so on. As you go more toward the chronicity. The bioterrain is more acidic. You start to have fatigue, and we will see this in the blood live. Okay, so let's keep going here. Here is her blood. So this is before, and you can see here at the bottom all these lakes. These legs are in this zone that I was talking about, and you will learn this, with this in the course of the wellness at your fingertip. So you say, wow, what's happening there? What is this more in the lungs? Because this is a thoracic zone. And at the same time, you can see there is an oxidative process. We go one, two, and as we go further, looking at the layer, you will see more if you see this in the first layer, the first drop. And then as you go deeper, if it's still there, meaning it's more chronic. So even it's a little bit lower there, two, three, you will see it's even correcting, but still there. So meaning that it's something chronic that has been established. And now we want to know the control. We look at this. And as I said, it's like, that was a tremendous challenge. We have some effect. This is exciting. Of course, you would like snap the finger, but no, you will have also to give her a health program. And this what will help is this AI coach I give you doesn't mean the AI coach take your place. No, it provides information to guide this individual in a holistic plan that take care of the nutrition, the wellness, and I also had her these tea products, we're talking or we're talking later. These are homeopathic, very specialist homeopathy, homotoxicology reinforced by vital force. And so, in other words, this has also the possibility. What you want to do here, you want to do chelation, you want to regenerate the tissue, you want to drain. So, in other words, we give her some formula to accelerate this. And the news is we will have a control of this in a month or two, where we see where she is, and then we will show you this. So numbers. So now I'm looking a little bit deeper. Where is this? And then you can see there is also already initiate a healing process where these oxidation lake that I showed you before start to be filled. Well, you will tell me, oh, you need knowledge to understand this. And again, the layer three, little bit more. The whole is feeling again is almost despairing here, and five and six. So in other words, there is the healing intention session we had already have an impulse detoxing this free radical activity important. So in other words, what I done after that, I listen at her, I create her program. I also suggest some homeotoxicology product, the tea products. And of course, I put her in the healing chamber because he needs daily support in a collective consciousness healing intention that support by the whole community. I remind you the Noosphere. We have between 500, 1,000 people a day that are meditating there, sending healing intention to the whole community. What I want to have 10,000. Why? Because more this, I call that uh, tuning fork. You see the healing chamber like a tune. More this impulse will be stronger, more individual. And why 10,000? Because it's a square root of 1%. This is what Maharishi found in the 80s, changing collectivity awareness, collectivity consciousness. And this has been proven. So, okay. There was this fight. I remember this you would find also in our curriculum, IQ 200. So this is why, is the curriculum of Quantum University. It needs you to grab what is this pro-consciousness medicine. Looking at the individual not only in term like Pasteur was doing, the monomorphism, the germ is everything, kill the germ, you restore everything. And then Béchamp was saying, no, the terrain is the most important. In other words, the terrain is the reflection, what you eat, the reflection of the stress you're going through, and so on. So this is when we look at the lifeblood. that we start to understand this. And there is the pleomorphic process. In other words, formed in the blood, particle, and this is what we see can from the 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 proteid. There is an ambion, endobion, and these form evolve regarding the bioterrain, the acidity. I don't have the time to go through all this, but just simply talking is like healthier is your bioterrain, less stress, better nutrition, add more toward alkalinity, better sleep. This bioterrain will stay in balance. Now you see this chart. At the bottom of the chart, you see the protein. These proteins would evolve at the top of the chart to more complex structure accordingly to the acidity of the bioterrain. Look at the top now. This is where we have fungus. Bacterial rods are at the top, okay? So more acidic, and then so you want to bring back the bioterrain in the zone we call apatogenetic. In the bottom left, you will see apatogenetic forms, yeah, where as long you may have sympathy, all these names, if you're looking for, this is what I say most of the time, for a name for your children, you have, yeah, they're all there, okay? But you want to stay there, have your bioterrain that is not evolving toward these advanced form. Why I give this to you? Because when I look at her blood, I say, wow, what's happening here? Okay. And now in the shot, we have reduced, to your healing intention, the free radical thing. And then, when we look at the line, the sample of the blood I show you, you will see also there is a movement, disintoxication. And what I will pay you for my attention is the the white cell. There's so much stuff here. At the beginning, white cells are most inactive. At the end, they're all packed with this toxin that are inside the blood. So meaning we have also observed there an attempt to reverse this, what I call toxicity in the blood, a word in homotoxicology we call the word vicariation. So it's very interesting. So let's look at this now. You see, this is the beginning. You see all kind of crap. And and then the other thing very important is the shape of the red cell. You will see they are very bumpy. While the membrane of the red cell is fat, is phospholipid. So if you have a lot of oxidation, you will see a lot of bump. And then we saw all stuff here. I said, what is that? I don't know. So let's observe this now on live, on the movement. And then when you go around, you have hello white. I will explain you later what this means. But you want to see white cell now. Where are the white cell now? Where are they? Oh, so let's put a stop here. You see this one here. I don't know if you see my arrow here. Oh, yeah, yeah. Let's stop this. Oh, come on. Okay, here. You see in the top right corner. This white cell is totally explode. So in other words, there should be more activity. This is counting now. You have break in the membrane. So these white cells are just exhausted now. You can see that the white halo, when it's big, is a lack of B12. She has more, like many of us. Yeah, no, we're not necessarily vegetarian, but it's like we're not. I don't. We need most of the time a complement of B12. So, and then let's keep going here. So you look around, and then some stuff I cannot even make sense of it. But I was doubting maybe it's dust or something, uh, and then. But is it not incredible? All doctors should be able to look at the blood, what it is, the bioterrain, where are they on the scale of vicariation or intoxication, what they have to deal with if they give a diet Oh, if they give. So let's see now when is going this. Where is this going now? Oops. Okay, here. This is during, after, and what is this? Okay, this is a white cell now that has been reactivated and trying to wash the blood from all this. And you will see, you will look at the red cell, they are more round also, meaning that an oxidative process is there, but the halo inside, people think that the red cell look like the ball. Now it's more donut shape and more they flatten, because a lack of acid, the folic, you know, or iron, they look brighter. And the shape of these resins, sometimes they vary inside. This is B12 here. And then let's make this play a little bit. Yes. And then, so meaning, of course, I would like snap my finger and you see another one here, full pack. So at least this white cell now start to be stronger, do her role, but there is a way to go. Okay, this is, as I told you, she has been exposed intensively to this Vogue for months now, and she saw in her energy is a little bit on the down. And of course, this is now you need to sit with this individual and have a plan for her. So we will go in this now. Okay. So what we find, how you will approach this. You're just a beginner, starting the course, and you have the coaching. So you need to have like kind of plan. This is what we find in this membership alumni platinum. First of all, you have an evaluation. This is very amazing. This is a questionnaire, 150 question. And I work on this now for probably 15 years, okay? It's amazing. So you don't want to diagnose the people. You want to have an idea where is the blockage, energetic, emotional. And this course has been done, the software with the background of Taoist medicine. You know that meridian are tied to organ, and these organs are related to emotion. I don't have the time to go all this, but it's just on the tip of your fingers. The client, and your client will appreciate this because they will give you, hey, you should uh, pay attention to this emotion. We have on the Noosphere meditation program, we call the quick reset of the biofield. And this is so important because you have people that even have been to most of the psychosomatic disease as a component, emotional component. You want to work on this. People think, oh, I want to fix this. I don't want change. I heard this one time, and a lady come in and said, do whatever, but don't change my life. And she had a cancer. She put herself in an impossible route, yeah, something has to be changed. How many people that has been treated with cancer, even chemotherapy, and the fear to this cancer come back, the way to address this is to say, hey, create a terrain, emotional, physical, that is different than how the condition that make this thing happen. Anything like this, okay? This is where medicine is weak. So you start to identify the emotional component. We have even this evaluation on the Noosphere now available for client. So, and maybe they need support from you. So we'll have the list of all the coach that have been certified will be on the website, and they can consult you, support in this process. So, and then second, we have this coach. Now, you have a set of coach for coaches. You see this on the left, coach AI, and you have the coach also AI is more wellness, the one that are available, on the Noosphere for some clients. So the beauty of it, they are sync. In other words, we want to give from start, people the possibility to see, hey, what will be my best diet? And develop this idea of democratization of medicine. Health prevention is based on a cooperation between, at the beginning, you don't even need a doctor. You just need a coach to support you. But some people may like to do the work at the beginning by themselves with coaches, but they may hit a blockage. They need support from a real person. And this is why this factor is not neglectable. People say, oh, AI will replace me. AI, yes, will replace doctor because they work with protocol. They don't even think this doctor. They have a diagnose. The whole protocol is designed by the specialist, and you have to behave with this protocol because you don't cover by your liability insurance. So we won't have, yeah, and the exponential health coach, the one we certify, the difference is this consciousness factor, because an algorithm doesn't have a heart, it may mimic, but this flow of healing that we talk about, this downward flow of healing coming from a collective community, coming from the interaction with the coach, an AI will not have it. The AI would provide you the information to support your client, but will not give you the coach. And what is this element? The base of this first element for a coach is listen the client. For decades, they are not listened. The doctor doesn't listen the mother with the symptom of the children. Don't I this is why I was trained. Don't bother with this. Look the result. Make your therapy plan. This the doctor doesn't have the time. Now some consultation because of money factor. If you see a doctor for 5 minutes, it's good. It's not enough. So you need to have someone that has heart healing intention to, and the AI will not give this, but AI would give you, hey, me when I was doing practice in Canada, I would do video cassette to teach them nutrition. I would do extra thing, but I cannot be all 24/7 with them if they want more information. So this AI now facilitate the knowledge you need to know to heal your clients. So in other words, this is a leverage for this. So now, and these platform, one for the client, more simple, and this coach talking to them about nutrition, about wellness, about homeopathy, and you have way more with on your site. The practitioner. Not only that, you have a business mentor, digital biofeedback, and you have also a meditation, pro consciousness meditation. You know, uh, Boom. Hey, the times go so fast now. Okay, so these are coach. So you have the homeopathic, in other words, you just type in fatigue, back pain, and then he will provide you the list of homeopathy. You will have a class on this explaining this formula. This is an advanced homeopathy. This is reinforced with vital force. There is a big story around this. I don't have the time to go this, but you have access to all these explanations, the nutrition, the wellness, the consciousness. So we go to all this with Dawn, and Dawn, amazingly, because she was one of our graduate years ago, was giving a testimony. And then I saw her, doing meditation. I said, "Where is your set of meditation?" She has a room with crystal. Oh, my daughter came and no, no, no. You reset everything. Okay. We put her in the healing chamber, and then she will be supported by this collective healing that I'm talking about. So you see on the left, the healing chamber, we put her picture there, we put her voice recording, and third, we took a picture of the blood. So in other words, she would be 24/7, this healing chamber support, because there is, as you see, there is some work to do. And of course, I gave her homotoxicology. Say that. So in other words, we done this experiment, but it's not just about, looking at the top result, because you understand now the challenge is giving her also a way to go to kind of restore, reverse the bioterrain with all this support. So I believe we're already out of our time. This is very, very sad. We're living at a time where we can witness, what we call the biofield technology, the biofield healing. We start to look in the perspective not from the bottom up, but the top, the downward positional model. And then we can see an experiment where, hey, we can heal through healing intention. And now you realize you were about 250 this time. Think about we are 10,000, okay? So, and this community will grow. And this is what I hope, it's a kind of a kindness, collective kindness to support because we don't heal alone. The problem you have, of course, look big, but when you start to look in the perspective that healing yourself, you heal others. When you send energy to others, this bounce back to you. So this is extraordinary. And you will have some video. Please listen at them. You have one that invite you to the next graduation, but it's not just the graduation. It's to be in this healing chamber and have this, up quantum leap that may shift your energy. You will live experiment this, and of course, we have other, uh, you know, uh, course that will provide you with the graduation. Very interesting. And now, what is the next step now? The next step is to follow up with Dan Singleton, how this, rebalancing is working. We will have another experiment also with other technology to start to show that technology can change the bioterrain, sometimes completely and sometimes partially. Here we have a witness, an initial kind of a up that need to be supported. And even if we have saw a miracle, this need also to be, change should happen. That, changing the terrain, emotional, environment, and physical that has created this event. When we go in the emotional, you will have in the quicker set of the quicker set of biofield, emotion like let it go, forgiveness, a lot of. I'm sorry here, I'm trying to time me, so I don't want to go too long now. I think we're done. So we will have a period of question, please, with Dr. Tara and myself, and then let's participate. Thank you so much, and then. We will pursue this conversation in the questionnaire. Thank you.
Okay, so as Dr. Paul said, we're now going to open up for Q&As to Dr. Paul and Dr. Tara. So if you have a question that you would like to ask, go ahead and press the raise hand button that you see on your Zoom screen, and I'll bring you in as a speaker, to ask your questions. So ask away.
Hello, everybody. So I'm welcome to any question. I was reflecting on this morning. Sometimes of course, we expect a striking healing, but you have to realize that every time something happens, when you work with energy, especially when you work with light, so because this is what you're doing, you're sending light, healing, and tension. And you probably heard in the past, we call mind construct, and it has like a negative resonance. It's more related to like a belief system. People will say to just abort believe. They will say, oh, it's a mind construct. So in other words, this religion or this belief system is a mind construct. Now, when we shift from a model of a linear model like medicine to a model of a more multidimensional, more consciousness, we shift from, mind construct to light construct. And anything, even if you, sometimes at the beginning, it's not visible, you don't see nothing. but you know that something is happening. This is, for me, this is the most important of this presentation. It's like, hey, chilling in the smoke and vogue and this, and but even though something is happening in the blood, is subtle, but something is this. In other words, we see less oxidology, we start to see a repair of the lifeblood, the white cell, and so on. So I don't want to talk too much. I already talked over talk. So uh, do you have question?
Yeah, yeah, we have questions. We've
Okay,
got
go ahead.
a lady, and sorry if I mispronounce your name, but we have Shweta here.
Hello, thank
You're
you.
just muted, so unmute yourself.
Okay. Hello, Dr. Paul and Dr. Thara. It's my honor and great privilege to be speaking to you directly, and I can't thank Almighty for that. Dr. Paul, this is an amazing experiment that you did, and the results are extraordinary, of course. I've been a student of the university since 2023, and I ended up finding the university through many of the professors who have YouTube videos and all. So just paved my way to the university in exploring the solution of my own problem. I have pericardial effusion building up for 3 years now. It's just not going away, and we still don't know what's causing it. Um, so I was just curious. I don't want to take too much time just explaining. I was curious because you're talking about that you probably would do another experiment. Is it possible at some point, I don't know if you would consider it at all, doing it completely remotely, like in one of these experiments? I know you want to have the person next to you taking their blood sample and stuff like that, but if somebody like me, if you could do this experiment completely remotely, that I'm sitting here in Toronto, Canada, and if through this healing experiment, if my thing could get resolved, because over the 3 years I've worked tremendously on myself. I think I'm already healed emotionally, mentally, consciously, because I've written a book to heal others, but my physical condition is somehow not resolving. And I would say that I'm healed to the extent mentally that physical healing doesn't matter to me anymore, because I know that I'm healed mentally, and that's what matters to me. But if I could be healed physically as well so that I could go out and help others, that's what my motive for life is now. So that's all I had to say, doctor.
Okay, thank you to share. I believe you are from Canada. Which program are you signing in? This coach or doctorate or?
No, no, I'm already signed in for the complete program, bachelor, master's, and
Oh,
doctorate.
okay.
I'm already through 50% of the course.
So first, I believe the process of healing is already there. Okay, maybe it's not like concrete, but in some way, so no, what we thought with this experience is no matter what, it's becoming, it's coming, it's there. It's already in process. When we are sick, we have imbalance. With most of the time, it's isolating ourselves. First going to the medical system. I don't know which condition you talk about. Maybe it's more private, but the system is not necessarily positive. They come with a diagnosis. They come with a prognosis, and in some way they don't come with this pro-consciousness healing process. But when you start to dig in this energy medicine and participate, in this, just being in the school. Some people and studying, they have like George Farrow. He had a cancer. I don't know if you heard his story. Had a cancer. He was even married to an internist, and then as he does the course, he listen at Lipton, he listen at this, and these are the block of this poor consciousness medicine. So I would declare today that this process is already happening. Okay, and there was a time I say, hey, seeing is believing. But now, as it goes, and I go to the curriculum, the class, the video. Yesterday, I was doing a list of all the students that went through a process of healing. That was it's amazing. I said, it made me. I'm not a crybaby, but it made me have almost tears. They come with a child that, like Dan herself, Dan Singleton has a daughter that was had a head trauma and was almost declared vegetative, and nobody was able to do anything for her. And then she walked through the biofeedback and all kind of energetic approach, and then today she's properly functional. So in other words, you cross a line, you cross a dimension, you go from the linear model, and sometimes some people has been diagnostic is important, but it's not healing yourself. Most of the time, it's a prognosis, and you stay with all these idea that doctor doesn't only carry. They don't carry everything is possible. They don't carry, when you get in this world of quantum physics, you start to believe, in non-locality, entanglement, and all these infinite possibility that can be generated by the field. This is all already happening. But as I said, we would like that, this happened in an instant. And everybody has challenge. I don't know anybody that is perfect, not healed. Even myself, I'm sensitive or empathic because, I went to also my own challenge. And as I said, we're not alone now. When you start to understand quantum physics, you realize everybody's connected. So, and this intention to heal others is also a matter to heal yourself. And one day, Lynn McTaggart was talking about this, individual cancer, and he was kind of so focused on healing himself. But then this thing happened when he started to think about others. And then he start to work with this group of 8, and then start to shift the focus from him to others, and healing others start to heal himself. But you also have to, you are in kind of a rough spot. You look at yourself, oh, I don't have the whole thing is not happening yet. I don't see it. Oh, I can help others. No, it's in this process, going through the curriculum. You will catch an idea here, a concept here, and you will restructure your belief system. And as you intend to heal others, in this collectivity that I'm talking about that is so important, the healing will happen. So I'm already declaring that this is there. You don't see it. Did we see? Is when we do a GDV, when the chakra are all realigned, you may ask the client, are you feeling something? They may say, no, I'm the same than before. But something energetically is happening. We look at the blood, something energetically is happening. Something. So, in other words, it's like keeping this belief or already be grateful that something is already in the process. So, I hope it answers your question. Do you have what that makes sense to you or?
Absolutely, Dr. Paul. This is really, really helpful. And every word you said completely resonated with me because I do feel it. I do feel it. That's
So
awesome.
keep up. You can be a member of this Noosphere. The first step is free. You just go there and you associate your own. Probably you are someone who is already, praying, meditating every day. So you just join this intention, heal yourself, heal others, and then we will create this kind of healing environment that will help everybody. Thank you. Thank you to share.
Thank you so much, Dr. Druin.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shweta. Okay, Dr. Paul and Dr. Tara, we probably have time for one more question. And we have a lady by the name of Karen. Just adding her now. All right, Karen, go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, very well.
Okay, good. Good evening, everyone. I just have a quick question. It's not going to take too long, but I too am a student of quantum. I do a lot of meditating, I do a lot of praying, And I myself have a challenge, and seeing the chamber and all the results, oh God, brought tears to my eyes, because I'm saying there's hope for me and others that have or is going through the issue with the blood, diabetes. So that was my question. Do you think your chamber would be able to help people with that condition and PCOS?
What is
P- PCOS
P
and
stand for what? P.
polycystic ovarian
Ah,
something
okay, good.
syndrome, yeah.
So, Dr. Tara, you want an opportunity to talk, or?
Sure. Hi. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And thank you, Karen, for sharing.
Thank
So,
you.
how long have you had this issue?
I would say maybe about 2 years. They're not even sure, because they said it's hard to dictate or to diagnose it. They're just going based on some symptoms that I might be having for the PCOS, but I know definitely the diabetes is there.
Okay, so have you ever had like live or dry blood analysis test, or do you practice, or do you do any live blood? You can do dry blood with any microscope. Have you ever had the chance to check the blood? Because as Dr. Paul explained, you can see all of that in the even just one drop of dry blood. And then you can start all this healing journey with everything we teach and we talk about, and even with this Noosphere Healing Chamber. And you can start to monitor the progress. As Dr. Paul just mentioned, it's even though you don't see the result right away, you know the healing is happening. So what I suggest is always monitoring your blood. Do you practice at all? Are you a coach, or where are you in your studies?
No. I'm just starting, and I have not done any. Well, yes, I have done dry blood because there's a guy here in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, that does it. But when he looked at my blood, he said everything was fine.
Okay. So,
Um,
can I add a little thing to this, or? But because this is also answering a part of the previous individual, can I do remotely without all these tools? Yes, you can. Yeah, no,
Okay.
we last year we also present a way to biofeedback device, and we were showing the watch. And I know you can monitor the sugar blood even with your iPhone today. So,
Oh,
in other
okay.
words, you don't need a lab or everything. You can have a watch, and you have access to course. We will explain this to you. That was an objective last year. So in other words, and then I want to tell you another story.
Mm-hmm.
I have a guy, and he became a friend. And when I was in Quebec, Quebec is a very they have a prayer group. You probably here in America it's a bit different. And this guy, believe it or not, went through kind of miraculous, healing. I could not. One day he walked in my office, by example. He said, "Oh, last weekend I was healed of diabetes. I was
Mm.
listening this preacher at the TV, and then I felt a warmth and a current, or I don't know what." I said, "Okay." I said, "But don't continue to check because he was on medication to lower the
Okay.
sugar." I said, "I know, but don't take chance, It's like, when you deal with clients for years, these clients even teach you things, okay? So I am more like a medical at that time, brain kind of doctor. Say, no, but keep taking your medication, and and then I came back. He came back later on, and of course I was doing these blood tests, and effectively he was hypoglycemic. I have to cut the
Mm.
medication. You think this end there? No, because one day I do home visit. And because, I like to do this home visit, you feel really the client because you see them in their environment. Oh, he said, Paul, can you go in the in the basement, get a pop, this sugar drink, you know? And then, of course, the guy got healed, but then he never changed his habit, okay?
Uh-huh.
So, in other words, you talk about the sugar, diabetes. First, you can monitor yourself with, but at the same time, if you ask to the coach, AI coach, hey, what I should do, they will come with a diet, okay? So, in other words, this is what I call democratization. This is what I call, be proactive. The medical system is designed. You go to see the doctor. I do it every year, by the way. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
guy this doctor. I like her because And then she run all the tests. The next year she will do all the tests. Everything is fine. They just run the tests, but when something show up, oh, we found something. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the way you work now within Quantum University, the way you understand, it's like, hey, let's already work on our lifestyle. Don't work when you are 70, 80, 60, start to change your lifestyle. No, from start.
From scratch.
And then this is why I put this coach available for clients, not necessarily so they already preventing and they are proactive in the process. In other words, we stop to say, go to the doctor, wait for a diagnostic, and then after that, what they can do? They can do most of the time
Most,
nothing, medication.
yeah.
Why are you waiting? So what do you think? The whole medical system, the whole healthcare is based
Mm-hmm.
on come every year, we watch if a cancer have happened or this or that, and then we will do an action. So now we are reversing. So even if you don't have all these tools we have,
Mm-hmm.
we will teach this in the coaching course. You can already monitor your client or yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We were teaching last year, just with a watch, you can monitor the HRV. We will
Yeah.
explain you
Yeah.
how important it is. So you can prevent a lot of things that you can monitor this. So in other words, I think this is what I think for that problem. The other problem you say, oh, I have this, I don't have that many symptoms about it, the polycystic thing. And what is polycystic situation? If you study are you signed up in the program or no?
Yes, I am.
Okay. We will have course that explain you progressive intoxication. We call that progressive vicariation. Everybody go through life. And then, of course, you're not the same apple, when you're born, than you are 100 years later, okay?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the lifespan of an apple is probably a month. You took it of the tree, then
Mm-hmm.
they can provision themselves from the source, and then the oxidative process make its course, and the apple after a month is probably totally oxidized, and you will see all these form, whatever. So you are a human being. You have more mechanisms to in some way absorb what we call the entropy, the degenerative process.
Mm-hmm.
So, and KISS are a way for the body to encapsulate toxin. It's a way to protect themselves. Not necessarily a cancer. You don't have too many side effect of it. But what is important is to work on your detox. Everybody should have a program where you sweat a little bit to exercise every day. And we have homeopathy, the tea product homeopathy. This is where they are. They are not ordinary homeopathic, okay? They are based on homotoxicology. They are complex. And some are designed specifically for chelation, meaning help the body to get out the toxin. So you keep
Vaccines. Mm-hmm.
it's like an in and out. People, most of them don't understand this, but every day, if you keep an in and out of this toxin, because you cannot avoid them. And today we have
Mm-hmm.
an environment that we even intoxified by energetic toxin and so what. So in other words, And this is why what I give to Dawn, because can you believe she's still in this smoke? Okay, they have an emergence of the volcano again, and most of the time they get adapt, as long they keep some balance, But again, for you, it's probably the cysts are more like a reflection or where you have uh,
Toxin.
your toxin.
Yeah.
Toxin,
Okay.
the cyst doesn't, it's not necessarily a cancer situation, but you have an alarm sign that's saying, hey, you should have a regime, a detox, you should do more exercise, lymphatic drainage, and homotoxicology is also helping for this. Because when we talk about detox, we talk also about lymphatic drainage.
Mm-hmm.
In these complex, we address that. So, in other words, stick on your program
All right. Thank
and
you.
then listen the course, because we have students sometimes they try to go shortcut, go to the exam. They
Yeah.
just miss the juice of the program.
The
And this is what
program.
I share
Okay.
with you because I'm so old now, 50 years of practice. Can you believe that?
Mm.
And
Good.
then and this is why I put this pearl in the program. We talk
Okay.
about homotoxicology, the blood, and trying to change the perspective of healing from a model that is linear, passive.
Mm.
Where you say, "Hey, I checked my patient. I was doing this before. Will do tests, and then when the situation happens, it's like more dramatic."
Mm-hmm.
But can you believe if someone has maintained a nice lifestyle, then an event happen, they have way more resource to bounce back. I guarantee you this.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
Okay.
usually,
Thank you.
thank
yeah,
you.
usually PCOS is related to insulin resistance, which is type 2 diabetes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Usually to be
Oh, okay.
reversed by lifestyle, diet, especially
Mm-hmm.
fasting, as Dr. Paul mentioned, all of that. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Maybe we take
Karen.
another more, Natalie.
Uh, there is no more, and we're
Okay.
currently out of time. Yeah, so let's.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Tara.
Thank you.
And we will pursue these events, trying to maybe use other technology to evaluate the biofilm. We like to have a follow-up of Dawn. But if you have a chance to come in Hawaii, come, because be there live. It's an experience. Maybe you are in the process, you not necessarily graduate, but you need some push, with your health or some issue that doesn't resolve. So be in this chamber live, may help you to get this leap that sometimes that was talking about Dr. Deepak Chopra. So, and thank you to participate to this. I appreciate. And then we will see you in the future. Keep watching your info, your email for the next event, and pretty soon be to this event, the graduation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.